What a beautiful fall day here in central northern lower Michigan. Hi, my name is Chris here at Gardening at the Simon Getty North. I don't know, it's been a little bit since I've done a video. It's just been really hectic with work and dealing with all the things I have going on with the gardens and the chickens and all of that, and it's just been real difficult to get videos out. But today I am doing a video on seedless blackberry jelly. I received the juice from Heather from the Needy Homesteader. She had a ton of blackberries that she got from her dad up in the UP, and she had already de-seeded it, made it into juice, and said she had enough blackberry jelly and wanted to know if I wanted a half gallon. And I said, well, heck yeah, I sure do. I love blackberry jelly. So I went to her house yesterday, went and picked up the half gallon, and this morning I canned it up. So if you don't have any blackberries or you don't want to go through the process of de-seeding them, you know, turning it into a juice, you could also use sugar-free blackberry juice if you can find that somewhere. But I was so very appreciative to Heather for offering me that, and I went right over there within the hour to go pick it up from her. So if you want to see how to water bath can seedless blackberry jelly, we're going to go into the Simon Getty kitchen and I'm going to show you the process that I did. For the seedless blackberry jelly, I have a half gallon of blackberry juice that has already been de-seeded and all the pulp removed. So this is all juice. I want to thank Heather from the Needy Homesteader for doing all that work and just giving me the juice to be able to just start canning the jelly. So I'm also going to be using this low sugar pectin here and following the recipe inside. It also uses pectin and calcium water that I've already pre-made. I have my sugar and I have my organic lemon juice that we'll be using. So in the instructions here, this comes into the packet. It tells you how to add, how to make the calcium water. You put half a teaspoon of calcium powder and a half a cup of water in a lid and shake well. And then you want to prepare the fruit or juice, which I already have. And we're going to go ahead and get my jars, lids and rings all washed and ready to go. And then we are going to start this process of getting the jelly. So we're going to be following this recipe here. This first part has already been done for me. So I need 4 cups of juice for a single batch, but this recipe allows you to do a double batch, triple batch. You just use the pectin and calcium water accordingly. So we're going to be doubling this batch. So I have 8 cups of juice in that half gallon. I'll need a half cup of lemon juice or a quarter cup if you're making a single batch. And I have 4 cups of sugar over there already measured out. If you're making a single batch, it would be 2 cups of sugar. And then the pectin is 4 teaspoons of pectin and 4 teaspoons of calcium water, but we're doubling it, so it'll be 8 teaspoons of pectin and 8 teaspoons of calcium water. So let me go show you that I'm getting my lids, rings, and jars washed up. I also will be sterilizing my jars because when you process the jelly, it only is a 10-minute processing time. So we're going to go ahead and get our lids, rings, and jars washed and sterilized. I'll be putting them in my canner to sterilize while I'm making the jelly. So let's go over and I'll show you that I'm washing my jars. So here is my sink full of hot soapy water. I have 6 12-ounce jars and 8 8-ounce jars because I'm not sure how many I'm going to be needing. I'm going to use the 12-ounce jars first, and then I'm just going to go ahead and get these washed up. I'm not going to show you how to wash them because I'm sure you know how, and make sure the lids and rings are washed really well. So I'm going to get to that, and we'll be back when we start getting the jelly ready to prepare. So I have my jars in the canner. The water's heating up to get them sterilized. And I also have my lids and rings getting sterilized in that pot behind. And getting ready to start the jelly. So while we're waiting for the jars to get sterilized, I'm going to go ahead and pour this half gallon of juice in this pot. And you want to make sure you're using a big enough pot so it doesn't boil over and create a big mess and all sorts of other issues. And I'm very appreciative of Heather giving me this blackberry juice. This came from her father's blackberry bushes up in the UP. So they're definitely Michigan blackberries, organic blackberries. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting this juice warmed up. So if I haven't mentioned it, with this pectin that I'm using, I am following the instructions that are actually in the box to be able to use this pectin. All right, so I already have the half a cup of lemon juice measured out. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. Go ahead and stir that in. So the other thing, the next, is measure the sugar into a separate bowl, which I already did, and thoroughly mix the proper amount of pectin powder into the sugar. So it was 8 teaspoons of pectin, which basically it was the whole pack that was in there. So I've already mixed the pectin in with the sugar. So next step is bring the juice to a full boil and then adding the pectin sweetener. And then stir 1 to 2 minutes to dissolve the pectin while the mixture returns to a full boil, and then remove from heat, and then we're ready to can it up. So this is where we're at right now. We're waiting for this to heat up and start boiling. Then I'll add, I got to add the calcium water. I've already measured out the calcium water, so after it said add the lemon juice, we need to add the proper amount of calcium water, and I've already measured that out. That's 8 teaspoons of calcium water. So that can go in right now. We'll go ahead and mix that up. So far, all the ingredients are in except for the pectin and the sugar. So after the calcium water, that's when you do the sugar mix with the pectin powder, the correct amount, if you're doing a single batch or a double batch. And then now we're waiting for this to come to a boil. Stir vigorously for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we are going to add the sugar pectin mixture. So that's where we're at right now. I'll bring you back when we get there. I like to use a low sugar pectin or no sugar pectin because I like to be able to taste the fruit instead of it being all sugar. because regular pectin requires your jam or jelly to be 55 to 80% sugar to set firmly. And that's all you taste is the sugar instead of the fruit. And on here on the back of the box, this is where it says, did you know you could double, triple, or half or quarter the recipe? So right on the box, this tells you you can do a double batch, where other pectin, you can't do that because it won't set properly. So this pectin that I'm using, I'll leave a link in the description box below. I got it off of Amazon. It's a little bit more expensive. I haven't tried any of the other low sugar, no sugar pectin, but I'll have to go check those out. But I had this, so I wanted to go ahead and use it up. And I used it for my strawberry jam that I made earlier this year that I didn't film, but it turned out pretty good. And you could actually taste the strawberries instead of it being all sugar. So yeah, we're still waiting for this to heat up and come to a boil, and I'll bring you back when we're there. Okay, we're starting to boil now. We need to bring this to a full boil, and then we can add the sugar pectin mixture. And I'm also going to be adding a pat of butter, which is optional. This helps with the foaming of the jelly. We're almost there. It's really steamy right now. It's hot. So as you can see, we're at a full boil. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar pectin mixture. We want to go ahead and get this stirred up. And we want to constantly stir. And bring to a full boil again. Once I get it back to a full boil, I am going to time it and stir it constantly for 1 to 2 minutes. I'll probably do 2 minutes. I'll go ahead and add the pat of butter. You want to constantly stir so it don't stick. Keep switching hands because it's hot. All right, we're almost to a boil that I can't stir down. All right, I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. Oh, that's hot. That was the 1 minute warning that we're almost done with this. Ooh, As you can see, that butter helped with the foam. There's no foam in here at all. All right. I'll turn the heat off. Let me go get my spoons to see if it's set. Okay, I have some spoons that were in the freezer, and we're just going to do the set test. Yep, it's gonna set. Look at that. All right, let's go over and jar this up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jar a few of these up while this is hot. And we want a 1/4 inch headspace. Debubble it. Put that over there. And then we want to clean the rim with a little bit of vinegar to get the jelly off of the rim. I don't know, my dogs are hearing something. All right, put that on. Fingertip tight. 1 jar ready for the canner. All right, I'll do one more, and then I'm going to go ahead and just knock these out and bring you back when we're ready to put them in to run the processing. These are the 12-ounce jars I'm doing first. It's already starting to set on here, so we're doing good. Move that. Oh, looks like we could use just a little bit more. Clean the rim. Ooh, that's hot. Put on a lid. Do a ring. Fingertip tight. So there it is. That's the second one. All right, I'm going to shut the camera off and finish this up and then take you to the processing. Okay, this here is my last jar. I wanted to show you how it is already setting up because I'm not going to have any spare jars. So look how thick that is already. And I haven't even canned it yet. As it cools, it started to thicken up. So yeah. All right, I'm going to put a lid on this and then we are going to get the canner processing going. Be right back. Okay, so I have them here all in the canner. I ended up with 5 8-ounce and 3 12-ounce. So I am going to go ahead and wait for the water to reheat back up. And I'm going to drop these in and process them for 10 minutes. And then I'll bring you back after they're done processing and show you what they look like after they're done. All right, we'll see you in a little while. Here are the finished jars. Aren't they just gorgeous? Beautiful purple. 5 8-ounce jars, then the 3 12-ounce jars in the back. So all I need to do is wait till tomorrow, wash them up, and take the rings off, and mark them and date them, and put them on the pantry shelf. Just absolutely gorgeous. So now that you've seen the process of canning, water bath canning, seedless blackberry jelly, are you going to do it? Have you done it before? It's, you know, the hard part is de-seeding and making it into juice. Like I said at the beginning, if you don't have the patience or the, you know, the stuff to be able to do that, you can use, I would use like an organic, sugar-free blackberry juice. Or you can use any type of berries that you can find sugar-free juice and make jelly. They just turned out beautiful, didn't they? They are so pretty, and the very dark color and no seeds getting stuck in your teeth or anything like that. But yeah, they turned out great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, stop by again, and I'll try not to be such a stranger and try to make more time for YouTube, but it's just been a very busy summer, especially with getting the chickens. That just kind of threw off my whole game this year. So if you haven't seen my chickens, check out this video and see my chickens, and I'll probably do a chicken video again pretty soon. And they're just so much fun to watch, and yeah, I really enjoy them. And Sir Cluckington, who was supposed to be a hen, turned out to be a rooster, but he's just so cool. He's a very handsome boy. So thank you for stopping by. I'm sure glad you did, and hope to see you at the next video. God bless. Bye.